everybody, it's Marie from Pear Tree Paper Crafts. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a 12 by 12 process video for Cut to You. So this one classes as an advertisement. And today I am using one of the quilt cut files. I think it's quilt number 2. But I've decided not to use it as a standard cut file. And I've instead turned it into a stencil. So I've used my Cricut and a sheet of Mylar, which is like the plastic stenciling material, and I've cut it from that. And you've seen me just there cover my piece of white cardstock with, I thought I'd done it with clear gesso, but it turns out it was white gesso. And this is the mask. So that's the cut file there. I made it sort of as big as I could on the page, leaving a border so I knew I would be able to just tape it down. So I'm just using a little bit of washi tape there to tape down the edges, and then I'm using this light and fluffy modelling paste from the Crafter's Workshop to just kind of spread some of that paste around. Now what I don't do here is take it right to the edges. I wanted it to be really textural and I wanted it to be a little bit messy, and I didn't want it to be perfect, so I leave little lumps all over and I don't smooth it out properly. And I don't take it right to the edge, and it gives that kind of unfinished look, that kind of more rusticy look, because I was going for a real Mediterranean feel on this layout. Now the photographs that you can see there are not taken in the Mediterranean, although they could have been. They were actually taken in the north of England in late August this year, when we'd gone away for a few weeks, and unbelievable. The weather was just absolutely unbelievable. The whole country experienced a heat wave, and we've been up to this area of the country before at that time of year and been absolutely freezing, and it was glorious, and we literally could have been anywhere in the world. The skies were so blue, and yeah, it was shorts and t-shirts weather. It was fabulous. So got a couple of photographs from there that just made me sort of gave me that real Mediterranean feel, as did this cut file. They kind of felt a bit like Moroccan tiles, or yeah, just that real Mediterranean feel. So I've taken some water. The first thing I did was put water onto where the mask was, where the paste was, and then I've used watered down acrylic paints in 2 colours, as you've seen me do there, to do this coloured background. I've let it run, I've done splatters, and I've ended up with that sort of, I'm really pleased with that effect actually. So I'm just taking my 2 photographs now and I'm going to map them onto this paper here. This is like, it's wordy paper, and all the words are summer related, so I thought that fit quite nicely. I didn't really want to introduce many more colours into the layout either, so decided just to do these sort of black and white colours. I was trying to be really quick with my scissors there and just do it with my scissors, and in the end it was bugging me that they weren't quite straight, so I got the trimmer out anyway. So I've used that one, and then I'm just going to use this stripy paper as well. Just a small piece. I'm not going to cover the whole of the back of the photograph, just sort of half of it, just to give a bit of interest. Now off camera, what I did do was go and dry the background with my heat tool, because it was taking ages and I was getting a little bit impatient, and I also dabbed a little bit of the excess paint off from the centre as well. So what you can see me doing right now is just having a play with some perspectives that I have. I got these from Bramble Fox, which is a company in the UK, and it's that Globetrotter one there, so that's in grey. Now we weren't obviously Globetrotters, we hadn't left the country, so I wanted to just play with that title and make it into Globetrotter Wannabes, because it was sort of like, well, we literally could have been anywhere in the world. So my photographs are matted, like I say, on those black and whites. I'm now just taking some of these are the cardstock stickers from the Pink Fresh Studios Out and About range. I really like them, and they fit beautifully. The colours fit beautifully with this layout, and also obviously the theme, because the whole Out and About range is all travel related. So I thought I would use lots of travel type words and things just to embellish. So I'm just going to stick my photographs down now. I'm really happy with where they're going to go. I know that's where they're going to end up. So I'm just using some foam there and popping some double-sided sticky on. and placing them where I want them on the layout. And then I'm just going to use some wet glue on the back of this perspective. If you've not seen perspectives before, they're just like plastic. It's like, yeah, it's just plastic that's been cut into different shapes and titles and things. I'm just using my paperweight there because my background paper is now a little bit textured, and I did struggle to get that to stick down. You'll see me in a little while put some more glue on because it just doesn't stick. So I'm just playing now with different dimensions and different pieces of ephemera from that range. There we go again. Look, I'm going to put more glue on. It just wasn't enough. So the little foam letters that I put underneath, the wannabes letters underneath, has worked perfectly, but the perspective itself will not stick down. So I'm just pulling out now some more ephemera from that collection and seeing what bits are going to work. I do wonder whether to bring in another colour, but in the end I decide not to, and just stick to the colours that I've already got going on there. So those greens and those blues, some of my favourite colours. I do a lot of green and blue layouts, but I do other colours, honestly, I promise. I do use other colours. So just, yeah, going through all these different pieces of ephemera and choosing what's going to work. I love these little phrasey banners there, so I decided to use 3 of those at the bottom. And another one over there next to that little one that says itinerary on it. And then, yeah, I've just got enough of those out now, so pop those back away. And then I discover that I've got puffy stickers as well. So I pull a few of those little puffy stickers off. I do want to use those arrows, but they just get a little bit lost. I do manage to squeeze that little camera in though. I do like that little camera. And then again, wet glue to stick down these little bits of banners that are going on here. Just plenty of wet glue to stick those down. Yeah, and I do move that paperweight across. That paperweight has been invaluable, especially when you can't get things to stick. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I've varied the different pieces of ephemera that I've used. Some of them are on foam, some of them are stuck straight onto the sheet, just to give varying textures and varying depths. And I'm just journaling now on this little card here that I'm going to tuck down the side of the photograph. I do make a bit of a mistake here because I write on the whole card, forgetting that half of it had been tucked underneath the photograph. Yeah, and then feel a little bit silly. So then what I end up doing is I do stick it down like this, and then I realise it's not going to fit, and I end up putting it on top by getting rid of a little bit of that foam. But it works really, really well in the end, and I am happy with it, so it's not too bad. So yeah, a really simple one, a few bits of ephemera, a title, and that beautiful background made by that cut file. Like I say, that I use this time as a mask rather than having it cut out of cardstock, and I think a really effective layout. Thank you ever so much for watching. Keep watching the video, there's some close-ups on the way, and yeah, I hope this has inspired you to give it a go with a cut file as a stencil instead of in the standard way. That's all from me. Bye for now.